For most of his career, Jeremy Clarkson was known for horsepower, high-speed antics, and poking fun at anyone who cared about the planet. So when he announced he was becoming a farmer, the reaction was mixed. Some thought it was a joke, others expected a disaster. And, to be fair, both were partly right.
How many more do you need?
But now, 4 seasons into Clarkson's farm, it's clear that this wasn't just a gimmick. What began as an experiment has turned into one of the most honest and, ironically, educational farming documentaries out there. And season 4 might just be its most chaotic and revealing chapter yet. Let's rewind briefly. In 2008, during the financial crash, Clarkson bought Curdle Hill Farm, 1,000 acres of Cotswold countryside, for about £4.25 million. Why did he buy it? Simple. Land is the only thing they're not making more of, and he can use it for inheritance tax purposes instead of making a trust. And besides that, it's also a beautiful, quiet place to live. And for years, someone else ran it. A local named Howard Pauling farmed the land until retiring in 2019. That retirement, along with a certain global pandemic, gave Clarkson an idea. Why not give it a go himself?
And now we're saving farming.
I'm not being...
And with that, Diddley Squat Farm was born, named, of course, after its pitiful output. By season 1, Clarkson had sheep,
It's a genius business plan. I'm basically Alan Sugar in wellies.
wheat, oilseed rape, and a tractor so large it wouldn't fit through the barn doors. Fast forward to season 4, and things are even more complicated.
We'll give it him back.
Inflation, failed crops, exploding cider bottles,
Okay.
dead pigs, mushroom barns, and local council politics that make Brexit negotiations look straightforward.
Now, Jeremy Clarkson's Oxfordshire farm has recalled some of its bottles of cider, warning they could explode. Well, he advises anyone who has bought some to open them underwater.
In one instance, Jeremy, never short on optimism, decides to branch into pig farming. Not just as a novelty, but as a serious attempt to bring new income to Diddley Squat. Diversification, after all, is the only way forward for modern farms. At first, it looks like a win. The pigs arrive, settle in, and start doing what pigs do best. But then, tragedy. Not from disease or infection, but from something far more frustrating and heartbreaking.
Surprise!
So she had 14 piglets.
Yeah.
She squashed 9 of them.
No, she didn't.
So that's back to 28% again.
The mother pigs, heavy and restless, begin accidentally crushing their own piglets in their sleep. Night after night, Jeremy and Kaleb discover lifeless piglets, perfectly healthy but suffocated under their own mothers. It's devastating. Determined to stop the carnage, Jeremy shows us his ingenuity and invents a contraption. The pig ring. A circular pen designed to give piglets a safe space where mum can't roll onto them. It's crude, it's improvised, but it works. The pig ring becomes a symbol of the show itself. Equal parts innovation, desperation, and pure Clarkson ingenuity. Even with that, though, it's not a financial win. Feed prices continue to rise, and margins are razor thin. But the pig operation stands as one of Clarkson's more heartfelt farming ventures, born out of genuine care and a desire to get it right. Then came the mushrooms. In another attempt to diversify Diddley Squat's income, Jeremy ventures underground, literally by converting an old basement into a mushroom farm. It's dark, cool, and perfect for growing gourmet fungi. And this time, things actually go right. With help from mushroom expert Harry, Jeremy produces a surprisingly impressive yield of oyster and lion's mane mushrooms. Apart from one spoiled batch, the farm proves productive and consistent. Probably the most successful diversification he's attempted so far. To take it further, they even begin drying the mushrooms to make high-end mushroom powder, selling both the fresh product to local restaurants and the powder at the farm shop.
Special mushroom powder. What's she selling that for?
£9.
Hold on. I have the shelf life samples back.
It's a rare win for the diddly squat team. Though, of course, it wouldn't be Clarkson's farm without a few hiccups along the way. But perhaps the biggest headline of Season 4 is the war with the West Oxfordshire District Council. You'd think owning land would give you the right to use it, not in Chipping Norton.
If you want to put a shop in a pub, the government's pub police say that it must be listed by the planning police as a Class E establishment.
Despite earlier victories allowing Clarkson to run his cafe, car park and burger van, the council strikes again. They declare the farm shop is no longer a farm shop. It's now an entertainment venue, which of course requires a whole new set of permissions. It gets worse.
To respect what they're doing, because there could be, like, I'm not trading arms here. It's just a farm shop.
They demand product removals, limit car access, and continue fighting Clarkson on every front, from signage to a simple grain store. And all of this while the farm tries to stay afloat financially. The show paints a bleak but accurate picture. Bureaucracy in the UK is strangling small farms trying to innovate. And then, the Hawkstone cider business. In a bid to tap into the trendy drinks market, Clarkson's team launches their own cider brand. The marketing is solid, the bottle design is great, the initial sales, impressive. But then, things start exploding, literally. It turns out the cider was still fermenting in the bottles. Across the UK, cupboards, garages and kitchens became war zones as customers posted videos of corks flying, bottles bursting and fridges looking like crime scenes.
So that's now safe for the top.
That's safe, yeah.
So, the ciders had practically turned into hand grenades, and Jeremy was forced to post an emergency PSA telling people to open their cider underwater as if they were defusing a bomb. Even with the bit of danger it caused, it was also still quite funny.
I don't think he has a f***ing clue what he's doing.
We may have some wheel spin here.
So, how's the money? Despite chaotic years, dead pigs, failed mushrooms, and fizzy disasters, the farm does technically make a profit, £725,000. But here's the twist. Every single penny has to be reinvested. Fertilizer costs, seed prices, machinery, fuel, everything has skyrocketed. The long, still-lasting war in Ukraine, global supply chain issues, and inflation mean that even with record sales, profit margins are razor thin. Clarkson reveals he spent £110,000 just on seed and chemicals alone. And despite that, many of the crops still failed. At one point, Jeremy considers selling the farm.
I mean, of all the things you need to be a farmer, I have none of them, but I want to do it.
And yet, even with all of that reinvestment, some people still believe Clarkson's farming project is just a tax dodge or a flashy backdrop for another Amazon paycheck.
And we had a man from Bourton Council, and he just didn't have a single positive thing to say. Not one single positive thing.
He was very concerned.
They say it's all for show, that the farm is a vanity project, that it's just a clever way to avoid inheritance tax. But if you've watched closely, you know that's not the whole picture. Yes, Clarkson's name brings the cameras, but it's the people around him who reveal the true soul of the farm. People like Charlie Ireland, the softly spoken land agent, who plays the role of financial realist and reluctant therapist. Charlie doesn't sugarcoat it. He's there to keep the numbers in check, to issue reality checks, and to quietly remind viewers, this isn't a game. This is real land, real risk, and real farming. Then there's Kaleb, who pours his heart into the soil and clearly isn't acting for the cameras. Or Gerald, who speaks a dialect few can fully understand, but whose love for farming is undeniable. These aren't characters, they're farmers. And their frustrations, small wins and daily battles prove that while Clarkson may bring the spotlight, the story underneath is painfully authentic. And if this was just about tax breaks and TV ratings, Jeremy could have packed up long ago. Instead, he's still out there, getting muddy, getting shouted at, and occasionally getting it right. So what's next for Diddley Squat? More setbacks, more stubborn ideas, and almost certainly more chaos. But also, more of what's made this show matter. Clarkson's Farm has evolved into something far beyond entertainment. It's become a window into an industry that's too often overlooked, misunderstood, or written off entirely. It's farming with brutal honesty, farming with risk, with heart, with humour, and with stakes that couldn't be higher. Whether you came for the comedy, the countryside, or the constant council drama, what you leave with is a genuine respect for the grit it takes to grow our food. This is farming, Clarkson style, flawed, funny, and surprisingly important. And we're all still watching. If you enjoyed this breakdown of Clarkson's Farm, give it a thumbs up and subscribe for more deep dives into your favourite shows. See you next time at Diddley Squat.